we're back with the Opie and Anthony program, live from Los Angeles with the whole gang. Anthony's going to be playing in the tour in a few minutes here. Well, I guess they're saying 2 o'clock, but that's not going to be the
never
case,
happens.
right?
Who are we kidding? Come on. This is television. It never starts on time.
Of course not. What time do you think it'll be kicking off?
6, 7 o'clock tonight. We should get started. No, it'll happen right around 2. It won't be too long.
All right. Very cool.
We're talking to Steve, founder of the World Poker Tour. I was going to say your last name, but I probably would butcher it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Steve Lipscomb?
That's perfect. Dear God. Well
there you
butchered.
Go.
Oh,
I got one right.
Okay, stop. Thanks for the program.
Well butchered. Yeah, he's the founder of the World Poker Tour, and that sounds like it would be something easy to do in hindsight. But really, years ago, nobody sat around and watched other people play poker.
Look, it had been on television for years, and nobody watched.
No one remembers that.
Uninteresting to watch. It was like watching paint dry. And basically, 2001, the poker industry was in decline, if you can believe it. People were still playing at home, but they were closing card rooms all across the country. And now
these televised events, how many people would actually show up to play at these things?
Foxwoods, I'll give you an example. One that we just had this year. The year before we did it, their $10,000 event had 34 people in it. We had 674 this year.
Wow!
So that's nearly $7 million in prize money, almost as much as we did our whole first season.
Well, what changed?
The World Poker Tour. Literally. What we did in 8 months of editing our first show is invented a formula that made this interesting television. I mean, you guys know media is what it's about. So whether it's radio or television, television's a powerful thing. So what it's done is kind of into people's homes now. This is a great spectator sport, and now people are flooding into the casinos to play.
Well, seeing those hole cards. That's huge.
And that's us. The first time that was ever done on U.S. television, we did it. And even more important than that, now you watch it play.
Yep.
So, once upon a time, if you or I watched the way the poker was done before, and you tried to turn the sound off, forget it. Because I had to describe everything to you. I had to say, okay, this is really an interesting hand, and let me tell you why it's an interesting hand. I'm going to come in right now. Oh, isn't that exciting? But now, basically, you can follow with the graphics what people are doing, and you go through airports, you see this stuff on mute, and you can follow what's going on.
Right.
And basketball, you could do that anyway, right? Basketball, football, all those sports. A guy's got a ball, it's going in the hooper, it's not. Poker's got a lot more, right?
Now, how do these the superstars, the names, how are they reacting to the popularity? Because for years, I mean, these guys are schlepping around, eking out a living, playing poker, and now it's not even about their winnings and their purses. These guys are getting endorsement deals. These guys they're rock stars now walking around. How are they handling the whole situation?
Like every celebrity, they're awful. They're intolerant.
Really?
You can't say. Are you kidding me?
Prima donna
who are you
bastards.
kidding? Oh my God!
You know how you used to be.
Take a poker player and make him a celeb and see what you get. No, I got to tell you, really, when we started the World Poker Tour and before we started hitting Wednesday nights on the Travel Channel in prime time, these guys literally were the black sheep to their family. At our first final table at Bellagio, 2 of the 6 finalists hadn't told their families what they did for a living. Think about that.
Sure.
2 of the 6. Now, literally, these guys are walking through airports. They can't make it through because they have to sign autographs. And they're the hit of the family reunion.
Yeah.
So the change in 2 years is phenomenal.
It used to be, they were the scourge. They were, no one made a living playing poker.
You do what for a living? Now we do, you do talk shows, etc. And the calls that you get from people are saying, now, how can I get into being a professional poker player? It's this kind of new American dream. Is somebody's going to come on the World Poker Tour and be one of our this season 17 millionaires that we're going to make. 17 millionaires with $70 to $90 million of prize money. I mean, it's the first sport ever that you or I can go play in. You're going to do it today, for God's sake.
I know. That's why it's one of those dream come true things. This is I've been watching for years, for the past couple of years anyway. And who's able to then step out on the field and actually play on the same playing field as these guys?
And who'd care to? Look, if you and I could step on the All-Star game, if last week at the NBA they would have let us stand on the court.
That was my sport growing
up. We wouldn't want to.
I can't even imagine this all of a sudden. Hey, shooting hoops with LeBron James. Yeah, I could.
Yeah, get out there. Go ahead.
But here's the difference. It would be utterly embarrassing. Like if they let me on the court, I'd probably go just because I couldn't help myself, right? But I would be utterly embarrassed. When you play there today, you've got a legitimate shot. And every time the World Poker Tour airs, on Wednesday night, every time you watch it, you got the Cinderella story. You got somebody that's been playing for 2 months and has been playing. They come in and play against the biggest players in the world, and they've actually got a shot and make it to the final table.
I've seen a couple of people at the final table that are just amateurs, coming up. They got a little luck, and they're sitting there with the superstars.
And we structured this for you, brother. Today, it's a fast structure, which means all those guys will piss and moan because they're not happy with the fact that it goes fast.
Yeah.
But people who haven't been playing a long time have a shot because it's going to happen pretty quickly.
And Anthony just doesn't want to be the first guy out today. That's pretty much all, right?
You're pretty much destined to go out first, then. That's it.
I know. Well,
you're as good as gone.
He was telling us just before we went back on air here that Norm Macdonald was the first guy out last year.
Yeah, he's really proud of that. When you talk to him later, I'm sure you're going to hear it lots.
He's coming in a few minutes here, hopefully. He'll be on the show, but he was the first guy out last year.
Yeah, and he'll tell you the story. It's the classic. No poker player in the world who would have played it any differently than him. He had kings, second best hand, and literally right at the beginning. And the other guy brought him in, and he was up against aces, and the aces held up.
See? You get one of those hands.
It goes,
That's why I'm hoping to get a 7-deuce offsuit
you don't want
first.
To know.
I just can
I'll
push it away.
Here's the advice, right?
Yeah.
You got the beginning is for the first 2 hours. You do not have to play a friggin' hand.
Right.
You don't have to touch your cards.
Mm-hmm.
And so remember, you want to just trap the other guy, and you'll be fine.
There you go.
You'll be fine.
And that
Simple
was pretty much my strategy. I want to sit back. I want to, let some of the predators knock out some of the people that are being a little overzealous, and then I'll get in. I'll learn a little something. I'll play some only the really good hands.
Yeah, he's going out first. There's no
I know. Yeah. I know. Look at me talking smack.
He's pretty much gone. That's it.
He started the broadcast really nervous. I see his confidence level slowly but surely getting higher.
Believe me, it's not a confidence level.
By the end, he was screaming, "I'm king of the world!" standing on the chair.
Can he drink out there too?
Can I drink? I can drink anywhere I go.
But, are the players allowed to drink?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
No, I'm going to keep it.
It's even encouraged. But to tell you the truth, in poker, it's one of those kinds of things where usually people don't. I mean, what you'll see almost everybody drinking will be water.
Yep.
Or club
people
soda
are just or club soda simply because you want to keep your wits about you. Mm-hmm. This is no limit Texas Hold'em, man.
Should Anthony have a gimmick?
He should. I think we should give him
gimmick.
One.
I don't want a gimmick.
I
love the gimmicks.
We spent the last 2 weeks off and on the radio show trying to find a gimmick for Anthony.
I will not have a gimmick.
Some kind of silly little thing.
No, I got it. You could do a Rain Man thing. Just repeat everything when you come because they're going to think you're insane. And you got an advantage.
What was the silliest gimmick you've seen over the years?
I won't tell you the silliest. I'll tell you the most successful, and it may be the silliest. Okay. The guy Phil Locke, who is the Unabomber. Which by the way,
I know who he is.
We get lots of flack for. But he was on one show, and because of his look, he's instant career. I mean, the guy from that is wandering around.
Does he walk around like that?
And he only when he's he's a nice, good-looking young man, but all of a sudden the poker comes on, he puts his little thing, and I swear, he's going to be in video games before we know it.
Yeah. And he's a lunatic.
And he's
insane at the
table.
While
he was at the table, he came in dodging like he was boxing. I mean, so he knew what he was doing.
I am such a newbie at this, but I know who he is.
Yeah.
So you know who he is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See. You ever goof on Vince Van Patten about some of his bad 80s and 70s movies?
My God, I don't have to. He goofs on himself.
Does he?
Vince Van Patten is an absolutely fantastic part of what we've done. I mean, he from the very beginning, he and Mike Sexton helped us transform the game so you could understand it. And there's fun. We have so much fun doing what we do. So I give him a tough time, but he's a real pro.
They're actually playing in the...
Yeah, because we got really no worries that they're going to make it to the end.
Yeah, because I'm going to say, final table, who's going to host the show? But no worries about that.
It'll be you and me. All right, we'll be out there. We'll see what we can do.
See, I'm not much of a poker player. My friend is like a big poker player, and he watches it. And we were talking about tells, and he said, "Man, if you have a tell."
That's exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. If he's got a tell, and here's the scary thing though: when you're sitting at the table, you actually against the great players. Yep. You feel exposed. I mean, one time I felt this sitting with Scotty Winner, where heads up at the end of a tournament, just me and him, and it didn't matter. I could have handed my chips to him. I may as well take all my clothes off, just giving it up, and just said, "It's yours." Because these guys, they're not just reading, reading your mind; they're reading your friggin' soul. And I didn't even think I had one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
well,
Steve.
I'm hoping, like I said, not to be the first guy out. So
yes,
wish me luck.
You won't. Good luck. You'll be
Thank
there.
you.
All right. Final
Thanks
table.
Thanks
a lot.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to move right on. I mean, the celebrities are just piling up now, Anthony. I think we got
Rossi
Morielli from Junkyard Mega Wars.
Junkyard Mega Wars.
Rossi, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's shaking?
There he is.
Oh,
Opie.
I've seen this guy.
Opie, how you doing?
How you doing, man?
Are you here?
Are you playing today?
Jim, how you doing? Yes, I am.
You just gave me a sweaty handshake, man. Are you getting
all
nervous?
A drink and it's a little wet. You know, you guys are so intimidating. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, sure we are. Look
And
at
plus,
that.
I saw Jim's routine last year with Jim Florentine in New York.
Oh, where'd you come?
The cellar?
Might have been
It might have been. He was,
A routine at a club or them
was,
banging a chick?
No.
together?
It was an interesting routine to say the least. But
was it me trying to get an erection while Jim banged a girl like a porn star on the next bed?
I think that was discussed. I missed that, but that was later in the show.
Oh, dude, you want to feel like a failure? Watch him bang a girl while you're sitting there with a noodle hanging. It's awful, like a mealworm.
I'm gonna have to pass on that, Jim. Thanks for the offer. It sounds like a good time.
Yeah, he just told that story on the air last week, so. He gets naked with his friends all the time.
Yeah, we don't
Anthony
know
and I
what's
don't
going on
get
there.
it.
Apparently.
We've known each other for 10 years, and we haven't been naked in front of each other. But Jim, it's no problem with him and his boys. So.
Hey, what table you at?
Table 23, I believe.
Okay.
My seat 2.
14 over here. I'm
Okay.
hoping not to...
How are you feeling? Let's talk about you. How are you feeling about playing this thing?
You know something? Because I've seen this before, I haven't played in it, I'm not feeling confident. I don't have any reason to really feel, like I'm going to be the first guy out. But it's poker, man, so I haven't played in any tournaments. You?
Yeah, I played in this last year. This
you did?
This was my second
veteran then.
I played for like 4 or 5 hours, put out a Richard Karn when in like the 6th hand, from...
Did you?
Yeah, so...
What finally knocked you out?
Pissed. Big blind. King 6, holding, I check. Ace King 6 comes up on the flop. This guy is holding aces, which I'm assuming, which is great because I'm sitting there with 2 pair.
Right.
He checks, I raise. He goes all in, I call. Turnover mine, he's like, wow, good hand, gets up to lead. I'm just sitting at the chip leader.
Son of a bitch, he was jerking you.
No, he turns over ace, queen. I'm like, nice hand. Next card 7, next card 7. His aces and 7s beat my kings and 7s now, so I'm gone. I was like, mother... So,
what the hell is that?
I had a good time.
You gotta turn the
Get
trio
that
off.
trio
You gotta turn
away
it off.
from here. I'm going to smash it.
Turn it off, Ben. Turn it off.
I don't even know if it's that one.
Thank you, Angel Face.
Sorry about that.
You guys are so high tech.
I know. Yeah.
How many phones? Whose phone is this?
I know.
I've got
Yo.
what's going on? I mean,
phones
how
all
much
over.
stuff do you guys have around here?
That trio cannot be at this table. I swear I will smash it.
Thank you, Kenny. You're welcome. Starbucks.
Thanks.
Oh,
How many? You only
Jesus.
been to one tournament before?
Yeah. I got a home game I'm playing, with all my boys, and I have a philosophy, check, fold, and drink.
Why does he get the corona? We get
False
the
and drink. There you go. Until you got something real good.
Yeah, the way I see it, just stay as long as you can. You have a better opportunity.
That's what I'm figuring, That's it. Stay there, hang out, wait for the really good hands, and hope you're not like Norm Macdonald, which we just heard he was knocked out first guy.
Yes.
Knocked out last year.
And they announce it.
Yeah. Oh, they do?
Which is and then you do a big interview and everyone's watching. That's where it gets embarrassing.
Dude, if you get knocked out first, you gotta
please.
circle all the other tables for us.
And not only get naked in front of your friends, in front of all these people.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good punishment.
Fantastic.
You out first.
See, I'm not a big poker player, but I've heard, this is true, now, I get nervous playing, but my friend plays at home, and he said when you get into a situation where there are other people, you just have to think.
Yeah, it becomes thinking is key.
It's good because I don't know a lot about poker, and they know that. But he's saying that the setup is going to be very different than at home because of the cameras and the fact that there's all that stuff.
See, I try to pretend like it's not that, and it is a home game, and I choose not to think. Yeah. And like I said, check, fold, and drink.
There you go.
Because it makes it easier, If you just have, you have phone. If someone's got it so serious, I got the glasses and the hat, and I'm over there cracking up and joking and talking while they're trying to think. It's poker. It's like bowling. You don't bowl sober. You don't golf sober. Why would you play poker sober? It makes no sense. You just don't get that serious about it. You don't have to wear a shirt with your name. You don't have to go bowl. You just go out there, you drink some beers.
So by showtime,
you're
going to be blitzed.
Well, we'll keep it a little bit, calm for a while. But I'm not going to sit there, every card and think, oh my gosh, and the percentages. I'm going to be like, I've got aces. You probably don't. I'm going all in. If I lose, great. If not, I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony said that if he had 2 aces up, he probably would want to go all in, but he's afraid that somebody else would wind up trumping that. Do you think that if you had a really good hand at
first hand,
that's
first
what I'm
hand
saying. Yeah, would you go all in?
What do you do?
Or would you try not to because what happens if the other guy gets something like
first
that? And all
hand,
of a sudden you're going to be
you pull those cards up, you see 2 aces.
Yeah.
What do you do, man?
Yeah, I will say going in, you definitely don't want to put all your chips at risk. Because you want to hang around. That's the whole point of being in.
I'm looking for some crappy hands the first few. I just want to push them in, man.
Push it in. Fold. Man, you get aces.
You got to play them.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that. Like Norm.
I've
Norm,
never
I heard, got
won
out
with
with
pocket
kings.
aces. Ever.
I know.
I always
Pocket
beat
aces
a
are
straight
dangerous.
or a full. I mean, it's always two pair, always something.
Norm got knocked out with kings last year. He had 2 kings.
First hand?
And the guy had aces, man. But what are you going to do? Not play your kings? Come on. Yeah.
I don't know.
No, first hand. Hey, Norm.
If it happens, tell me what you did, and then we'll discuss that. But as far as a pre-plan, no idea. I would say drink. More.
I like his strategy. I have to hit on that one.
All right, who else at your table?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rossi, good luck to you, brother.
Rogan.
Appreciate it. Enjoy that Corona. Get ready
to seeing you, man.
Junkyard Mega Wars?
Yeah. You know, and whatever. Just there's a lot of little stuff going on. Just see it, check it out. If not, whatever.
Whatever.
Fellas, you guys have a good day.
Good luck to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Do you mind if the guy with the big bulge takes a photo of us?
Look at the front of his pants.
Yeah, look at that.
He's smuggling a bowling ball.
There's a Haitian family in there.
He had to check that at the airport.
Thanks. All right, take care, brother.
There you go. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan from Fear Factor.
Rogan, how you been, man?
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? See you, man.
Oh, man.
Joe, you playing today, or are you just coming by?
I don't play cards. I just came here for you guys.
You don't play poker?
No, I don't play any games.
Yeah, welcome
I used to play
the club.
Quake online. I was addicted.
Quake?
I get really addicted to games. I used to play pool like 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
I got addicted to that. So
I don't have the personality for poker. I would have to be all in all the time. I'd be out so fast. It's not
As everyone says, that works every time but one.
Oh, I understand.
Going all in.
So Joe, it's really funny. You made one appearance on our new show so far, and you remember what happened at the end of the show.
The sound cut out.
You were telling the story about Doug Stanhope
almost dying. I probably had a point.
Somewhere in there, right?
No, but here's the deal. You got to finish the story because the message boards have gone crazy. People are wondering what was the end of that story.
Oh, okay.
Because you remember, like
I'll just tell you what happened.
When last we left, Doug.
What the funny part of it was.
Well, just give
it was just
I
thought Doug was dead.
Right. What was the drug?
It's called DMT. It's dimethyltryptamine, and it's actually produced by your pineal gland. It's like the most powerful psychedelic known to man. Powerful? You hear that? It's like if you've ever done acid, or you ever done mushrooms, it's that times like 100,000. It's like being shot through a cannon to the center of the universe. It's the craziest feeling ever. Yeah. And when you come out of it, you really like understand everything. And it only lasts for like a few minutes where you really feel like you understand everything. And then your ego grabs a hold of you and you start redefining your environment and everything again. But during that experience, while it's going on, you really understand everything. You're not afraid of death. You're not afraid of life. You understand that it all just cycles together. You're a part of everything. You feel connected to the air and the fucking table and glasses. It's the most insane and most enlightened experience. And Doug
Herman Hess. We're talking to Herman Hess all the time.
So Doug is lying on the couch, and I give it to Doug, and Doug's body is a fucking dumpster. I love Doug. Doug smokes as many cigarettes as he can get. So he doesn't count. He's like, I need a fucking another pack. It's like not like, I'm trying to cut back. You know? Right. It's like, can I get another cigarette in my mouth? Oh, there's a cigarette. Let me light that. There's a beer. Oh, that's another beer. Like, you've had 18. Oh, it's another beer. Look, it's a beer right there. I'll just drink it. Like, he doesn't worry at all. So, and he's taking this shit, and I've seen a bunch of people do it, but I've never seen anybody react like Doug. Doug started moaning, and drool was coming out of his mouth. He's going, ooh, ooh. I'm going, fuck, he's dead. And then I'm like, shit, he's so funny. And then I'm like, shit, what am I going to do with the body? Because I'm not telling people.
All this racing through your head,
I gave Doug dimethyltryptamine and he died on my fucking couch. No, I'm digging a hole in the woods. He would appreciate that. I mean, if that was me, if I died at his house, I'd expect him to do the same. Don't fucking tell the cops you killed me. Just bury me. I'm dead. You fucked up. It's over, right? Just let's get rid of me.
I died enlightened.
Anyway, he came out of it. And then he bought it. Now he does it all the time. He's like, we need to experiment more with this.
Well, is it like a drug, or does it just tap into that part of you that makes your body creative?
It's forcing that chemical into your brain. But it's a natural chemical that exists in your brain. And they think it's responsible for all these alien abduction experiences that people have, that what they are is actually DMT spikes.
Oh, wow.
And that it happens because they all happen during dream time. They all happen while you're asleep. Mm-hmm. And they happen, a lot of them are very similar stories. And there's a guy named Rick Strassman. He wrote a book called The Spirit Molecule, and it's all on DMT. And he was the only man to ever conduct a bunch of clinical, all these different tests and experiments on DMT, where they shot it intramuscularly, they made people smoke it, all these different ways. You can eat it if you eat it with an MAO inhibitor, and they did all these different types of experiments with DMT, and they had very similar experiences to people who had alien abduction experiences. Yeah. So he believes, as crazy as it sounds, that what DMT is really is it's a portal to another dimension, that it tunes you into another frequency, because the people share experiences.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing. I know that sounds nuts, but people, if we all did DMT together, we would see the same shit. We'd be like, dude, what the fuck is that?
Really?
There's a guy talking to us. There's this little. You ever heard of Terrence McKenna? Do you know who Terrence McKenna is?
No.
A brilliant guy who was a, what you call a psychonaut. One of those Timothy Leary type guys who just lived his whole life tripping and learning from the experiences and writing books about it and talking about the benefits of mushrooms. And he actually believes that mushrooms and psilocybin and hallucinogenics in general were responsible for human evolution. And he's got like scientific points to it, like psilocybin in low doses actually increases visual acuity, and it makes you hornier, and that would make like a more successful predator. And he's got all these different things. It's fascinating shit. But it's all about, all these stories and all. It's all about like losing the ego through the psychedelic experience.
Wow. Jesus. It's
heavy,
there.
dude. Once you start doing it, dude,
it's
really heavy. And you know what? It doesn't make you stupid. You don't feel like shit. You wake up in the morning, you're not hungover, and you look at everything differently. I don't recommend it for everybody. It's not for idiots.
Why don't we do it and do a radio show?
That actually sounded like a rousing endorsement.
Listen,
from Joe Rogan.
I brought something in just for you guys.
Uh-oh.
This is just for you guys. I got this a long time ago, and I saved it, and I brought it in just for you guys because you're the only ones who can play it. Because it's XM Radio. This is a hardcore gangster rapper called Gangsta Fag.
All right.
Look at this. Check this out. It's a guy who talks about sucking my man's dick and fucking niggas in the ass.
No,
he's a guy in L.A.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Wait, we got
look at it.
He's doing Bin Laden up the ass.
Dude, the cover is a hardcore. Folks at home, play it at home. He's a hardcore, black, thugged out rapper, big muscular dude. And he's got a gold chain on it. It says Gangsta Fag.
Yeah, it's gangstafag.com because our listeners.
No, but he doesn't have a website. He doesn't exist. I've tried to find this guy because I wanted to put it on my website, but I didn't want to get sued. But I figured, you know what? Even better than that, let's just play it on the fucking radio. How perfect would that be?
We'll play it when we get back.
And I'm going to put it up on. I got my website's joerogan.net. I'm going to put it up tonight so people can download it from my website. But it's some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's just how rappers brag about fucking chicks.
Yeah.
This guy brags about fucking dudes. It's phenomenal. But it's good. He's like a good rapper.
Well, the name's
fucking awesome.
He Wants It, Twisted Life, Closet, Eminem, and The Faggots.
Yeah,
those
it's
are the
like
5 tracks.
It goes, run from the faggots, run from the faggots. I guess you pick the wrong fucking fag to fuck with. It's all about gay bashing, and him and his boys go after some guy for gay bashing.
Wow,
dude, it's awesome.
You're a little too excited about this.
It's hysterical.
We'll check it out.
Dude, it's hysterical.
Joe Rogan digging on Gangsta Fag.
You're gonna cry when you listen to it. Seriously,
check it out.
It's very fun.
Look who's here, John Favreau.
What's up, John?
Hey, look what you stepped into.
Yeah, I don't think John wants to sit down with us.
Dude. This must be satellite.
Yes.
Satellite radio.
It is indeed satellite radio.
These are the guys that you would wear on your shirt all the time on Colin's show,
yes,
right?
these are the two guys.
Yeah.
How much did you pay him for all those plugs? Or
he's on the show now, so he gets paid.
Yeah,
he's full time.
That was
now.
his way of
golden parachute.
It's kind of
pretty much.
incestuous. The more these guys get bigger, the more my shitty gays get plugged. It all kind of worked out. That's so it was a financial gain for me to do it.
Let me just say, I love that show. The first 2 acts every night. I would TiVo that thing. I'd watch Colin's show all the time. I really, really liked it. Sorry to see it go.
Yeah.
All kidding aside. And
Yeah.
you were always very, very funny.
Oh, thank you.
Very good. Did you see Colin play poker? He played in that Celebrity Poker.
No, did he?
Actually, played some of the worst poker I've ever seen in my life and won. And won for the night.
Well, that's it. That's
beat
the
everybody.
About poker.
He was calling everything, and he was playing with like 5-3. 5-3. He didn't care, and he's raised. And he wound up winning the whole thing.
His ignorance was his greatest strength.
It certainly was.
Yeah, they were making fun of him. We had the audio of
they were making fun of him.
They were just trashing him.
I know. How you like that, though? See, that's the thing. If you don't, I'm at the point where I know enough to get me in trouble.
Really?
Where they could put me on a hand.
Mm-hmm.
But when
I've seen you play a few times.
I know enough that the pros could just tear me to shreds.
What do you think of your chances out there?
Oh, horrible.
Really?
I just don't want to make a mistake, honestly.
Yeah.
I like it so much, though.
It's
so
a lot of fun.
This is the best one of them all, too.
Yeah.
It's all, half the table is fish, and half the table are, sharks.
Right. So you get to watch.
So it's like a strip club.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of dudes and watch this like prey and predators.
Who's the guy that's going to buy the chick the champagne?
Do you find in this setting that?
And I'm a blonde in a mini skirt.
I don't play much poker, but I've heard that in this setting, my friend said that the dynamics are so different just because of everything.
I've played in the. It's true. Oh, don't laugh. I'm trying to do it. I know what you mean. I know the essence of what you're asking.
He's my favorite.
It's this one's not so bad, but I lucked into a seat at the finals at the Bellagio for like a $25,000 buy-in with all the big boys, and I swear it was like first day in jail.
Really?
You just didn't want to make any eye contact. Yeah. You didn't want to drop the soap. You just wanted to mind your own business. And, you know,
how'd you do?
I slipped in the shower. I did good until I did the cardinal sin. I folded and showed my hand.
Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to show them I was folding a strong hand, that I was playing tight to set them up.
That's what
Any information you give them, it goes right in the back computer, and right after that, they all came after me. All came after me. So, but I hung in there for a full day, and like
you did.
With all the big boys, with like T.J. Cloutier and Ron Rose and Dewey Tomko, these big guys, and it was really great to be there and watch them play and see how they did it. But it's literally like playing with both of your cards facing up.
Right.
They can read you totally.
They just look right
totally
through you. Yeah.
But I'm such a fan. It's like, you know, would you play in Wimbledon against, you know, Agassi? Sure,
exactly,
you would.
Yeah.
Anyone but Arthur Ashe.
Oh, Jesus. Jimmy? So what's the name of your
play
disc?
with no high five at the end.
What a despicable human being you are, man.
Was that question just a long setup for that joke?
Everything in life is a long setup for that joke.
Let me run with the line.
What a scumbag.
Like a sailfish.
You know, we should take a quick break because we don't know what's going on out there. We got to get Anthony to his table.
Really?
John, what table?
What table you at?
7.
7.
Seat 7, table 7.
You're going to be playing with
Baywatch girl.
Deacon. No, I think Deacon Jones.
Deacon Jones.
Deacon Jones?
Yeah.
Was Deacon Jones lucky 7?
I think he was.
He's very intimidating.
Yeah,
Is he?
He's a scary cat.
He says he's good.
Does he spit on the cards, or was that was
I don't
Nitschke?
know.
Nitschke spit on the ball.
Was he? I don't know. Wasn't it Butkus?
Butkus, that's right.
That was
Butkus
spit on the ball?
on the ball.
Dick
I'm not
Butkus.
sure.
All right.
Just keep bringing up his Odd Couple appearance back, Deacon Jones. Remember that one when he was an Odd Couple making the commercial with Oscar Madison about the shaving cream?
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember.
That was a good
Oh,
one.
you just dated yourself.
I certainly did. Who doesn't remember watching The Odd Couple? Like it's never been rerun. Yeah, I saw it first run.
It's like...
Yeah.
All right, was it? I want to remember your show of shows. It was fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're going to step aside. Rogan's going to help us out with the rest of the show because Anthony's going to be playing poker. I don't know if you're starting at 2 or not. But
I don't know. It's supposed to be 2. We'll see.
Huh?
That's right.
Oh, I got to go?
Good luck, Anthony.
5 minutes.
Good luck,
Thank
Anthony.
you.
Hopefully it won't be like that Ernie Kovacs
Thank you.
episode.
Yeah,
really
I know.
go?
I'll be right back.
Good luck, John.
All right, it's the Opie
That Ernie
program
Kovacs.
live from Los Angeles. A quick break, and we'll continue. Joe Rogan is here. Also, we'll say hi to Rich Voss next. Stay there.
Live from the World Poker Tour in Los Angeles, California.